He always just does it at the when like
I think like
Here we go for Victor Gyokeres, or at least that's what I wish we was able to say where Victor Gyokeres is concerned. Now, Arsenal in the best of days, we love long drawn out sagas. Now, fair enough, we're fans, we don't know the intricacies of the deals, but it, we do get deals done fast, I guess. I mean, but even now, I'm bantering, but even on a serious note, like, come on, man. Sporting Lisbon, Arsenal Football Club, Victor Gyokeres, whatever it is, whatever the delay is, whatever the contract thing is, just get it sorted, please. Enough's enough. I thought you was gonna be. I know deals take long and stuff, but I thought he's gonna be on the plane, people. I can't lie. I know he can get on the plane and go over there, but I thought he was gonna be on the plane purely because it feels like 2 weeks ago on Sunday, like Ornstein and the credible journalist dropped the knowledge with Gyokeres. Now I still think we're gonna get him. I do, but just not today, innit? Really and truly, as the boys, hopefully they get to Singapore fine. And I think they played behind closed doors friendly against Watford, whose training ground is right next to ours. There's some reports saying we won 3-0, some are saying 2-0. There is complete deadlock in the negotiations between Arsenal and Sporting for Victor Gyokeres. Now, we don't want to hear that. That adds fuel to the fire. But when we remove that emotion and frustration, people, and I feel you lot, smash the like button, people. That's okay. Clearly, that's the case because he's not in an Arsenal shirt. The situation is so complicated that Gyokeres' father broke down in tears because talks aren't moving forward. The Portuguese club are determined not to lower their demands. I mean, come on. You know what? Whoever made this up, it might be true. It might be true. But whoever made this up, fair play. You're earning your money as a journalist because Arsenal's transfers are dragged out. We've heard stuff around Gyokeres leaving his wife and getting family members to, put stuff in removal vans in his car and all the other stuff in between. Fair enough. This is a new angle. You need to be head of creative? Because I could be wrong, but how did you find this out? How did you find this out? Did Victor Gyokeres' dad cry and then immediately call you? Was there someone close to it? Are you just making this up? What is really going on in that regard? For Victor Gyokeres, though, if your dad did cry, I don't think he cried because he's crying about the negotiations. That's really a psychopath, and that's what I want to see for Victor Gyokeres when it comes to his mentality around scoring. So it's in the blood, and it's further confirmation as to why we need to get the deal done for this individual. And I think this tweet sums it up well. So after crying, Victor Gyokeres' dad picked up his phone and told the Portuguese media he just finished crying because there's no breakthrough in negotiations between Arsenal and Sporting regarding his son. Portuguese media is running mad and is running mad, but this nonsense will end soon. I hope so, man. So yeah, allegedly Victor Gyokeres' dad was reduced to tears. I want to see his dad talking like Ramsdale's dad, to be honest, on podcasts, because it seems like his dad is an absolute legend. If that's the latest spin we're doing to get the move, emotional blackmail, unfortunately, okay. Ben Jacobs did report earlier today, again, not that you didn't know this, people, Arsenal are now close to a full agreement with Sporting for Victor Gyokeres. Hope is for a breakthrough over the weekend with a small portion of add-ons still under discussion and Gyokeres waiting for permission to undergo a medical. 83.5 million euros plus 10 million euros package broadly agreed. Only small details left, apparently, people. And as expected, he is not expected in Victor Gyokeres' case to be with the squad for pre-season. Arsenal hit with Christian Mascera transfer delay as Asia tour squad announced. Arsenal are jetting off to Singapore and obviously Hong Kong as we begin our preparations for the new season. Let's try and skip and see what's going on. In relation to Christian Mascera, the Valencia centre-back, the Spain under-21 international defender arrived in London earlier this week to complete his 16.5 million switch to the Emirates from boyhood club Valencia. While Mascera underwent his medical tests on Wednesday, Arsenal are still waiting for the deal to be formally ratified after exchanging all relevant paperwork with their La Liga counterparts. Some of you would have seen the leak picture, apparently, where he's done the media leg of announcing yourself at a new club. Mascera has already completed his, as it says here, ironically, club media duties, and an image of the 21-year-old centre-back in his Arsenal training kit has already been leaked online, purposely put out, in my opinion. However, Arsenal were unable to get a deal over the line in time for the talented defender to obviously travel with the boys. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a singular flight, but, if we woke up tomorrow and whatever, it's a bit weird because he clearly is an Arsenal player. If he's done, the media day and whatnot, certain documents have been signed, but whatever reason it is, it's not been announced or something's delaying it. But if we wake up tomorrow in an ideal world, Gyokeres is done, Mascera is done, they'll obviously join, or there'll be a chartered flight or two singular flights over there to link up with the boys. We all know the fee at this moment. People will pay an initial 13 million for Mascera and 3.5 million pounds in potential add-ons. Madueke has not traveled, obviously, to Singapore and Hong Kong. That's because of the club, actually. Apparently, the Athletic is saying Madueke wanted to, but they said you need to rest after your participations for your former club, Chelsea, in the Club World Cup. So that leads me to believe. Now, obviously, there is some, in many ways, he's probably ahead because they've gone off, many players have gone off to the Club World Cup. In terms of physical fitness, maybe not mental, they're ready to go. So, what I guess I'm saying is the players that haven't had that opportunity at Arsenal, they might be here. Madueke might be there in terms of physical condition as you're looking like you want to move going into the new season. But then you look at it from a tactical point of view. Obviously, we're in pre-season. It's not just playing matches. Arteta's going to do many stuff from a tactical front. Now, obviously, that's 2 weeks, and then Madueke obviously will link up with the boys. But arguably, he's almost behind. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't think you're starting against Man United first game of the season. Obviously, there's a lot to go, and you've got at least 2 friendlies when we get back to England. So yeah, Fabio Vieira, who looks poised to depart Arsenal this summer, has already been given an extended break after featuring for Porto at the same said competition. Palmer obviously poached our coach or former assistant coach, Carlos Cuesta. He's now their manager. And when the links came up with Palmer initially, they were kind of quashed. Now it seems like the more credible journalists are saying there could be something in that. Reece Nelson is travelling with the group, even though Fulham have expressed an interest in re-signing him following his loan at Craven Cottage last season, which obviously owing to a hamstring injury ended. Nelson's got 2 years left on his deal. You could say essentially free because Arsenal do have an option of a further one. So maybe that's why they might send him out on loan. But it just feels for Nelson now, unless a miracle happens and you play a blinder in pre-season and you look like the Reece Nelson that was projected to be for him, and I'd love that to be the case, but for him, the club, it's probably best to permanently part ways type of thing. The same goes for Lokonga, who's also traveling to the Far East, Fabio Vieira as well. Carl Hein apparently is still very much available for transfer this summer, but hasn't traveled, people. So yeah, we'll have to see what's going on there. We all know Zubamendi, Norgard, Kepa have all travelled naturally. Hein has a nurse. He's nursing a thumb injury at the moment. So yeah, man, we need to get a lot of people moved on. AFC Camden, who could be an ITK to some degree, has said he understands Isaac's reps made contact with Arsenal in recent weeks. Not sure it changes anything, as we are probably too far down the line with Gyokeres / Newcastle unlikely to sell. Isaac's preference has always been Arsenal if a move was possible. Liverpool is his second choice. Now, again, maybe this is legit. I don't co-sign nor condemn, but would you, in theory, people, just to humor you lot, if Isaac was available and there was a willingness from Newcastle and Arsenal to get a deal done for Isaac at this moment in time with everything Gyokeres has done, would you lot cancel that? For me, it's a non-starter, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Don't forget to smash the like button. I think it's a non-starter because, come on now, this is, in my opinion, I believe it when I see it type stuff. So yeah, man, that's where that's concerned. I mean, Augustine, I believe, a young player has joined our under-21s, I'd expect, from Derby County. He's represented Holland at international level. Obviously, big up yourself. Hope you can do your thing. Keeping up the theme with young players, apparently the Irish Independent understands Arsenal are poised to seal a pre-contract agreement with Victor Ozenovana. Forgive me, man. 16 years of age, which will allow him to remain with Shamrock Rovers until he turns 18. That will be for 1.9 million euros. I mean, we need to find the stars of tomorrow. I think the next step is maybe looking to do that multi-club structure that you see a lot of clubs doing, probably revamping our loan system for the players that can make it here and to make money for the ones that are not there. And we probably need to inject some new kind of quality and talent into our under-21s. We have heard Mertesacker has been allocated a budget. We've been linked with a few players. Again, that's, well, when he signs, that will be free signings because are we not getting Will Wright, I believe, from Salford City? Apparently, we hijacked Liverpool's move. So recruitment going on at all levels. Ben Jacobs and a number of journalists have also said Arsenal and Chelsea both have Xavi Simons on their radar, as reported last month. Leipzig haven't had any approaches or bids yet. Simons keen on Premier League move and to leave this summer. Leipzig paid 50 million euros plus 30 million euros, but not all add-ons triggered since leaving PSG. 65 million euros plus add-ons is understood to be a realistic ballpark. Would you have Xavi Simons? Would you like Eze and Xavi Simons? Would you go for Xavi Simons ahead of Eze or Eze above him? Do you think we'll sign one of them people, let alone Gyokeres, what we've been talking about? So yeah, long story short, people, the players that in an ideal world, Gyokeres is not there, Rodrigo's not there, Eze is not there, Madueke, owing to different preparations, isn't there. But that is the travelling party. Now I'm going to be excited to see Anus, the young striker, obviously Max Dowman, Marley Salmon. I think he's 16, 15, 16. not to overhype, but really like the young players going off on tour, man. Big up Copley as well. Would have thought, Dan Casey could have, owing to his former at youth level, could have, been on the flight. But yeah, I'm sure everybody's tired about hearing about Rodrigo, but apparently he's in two minds about his future. He loves Real Madrid and feels he could still give a lot to the club, but feels he has the opportunity to be a star at another club. He's now deciding his future. He's actually the silliest rumor I've seen, and you never know, stranger things have happened. Barcelona have been linked. And also Barcelona, you would see, shout out to Marcus Rashford, who looks like he's going to be signing some sort of deal over there. So yeah, apparently the documentation is being prepared for the signature of Mascera. The final steps are nearly complete before the Spaniard officially becomes an Arsenal player. Let me know your thoughts, folks.
Because you always just